the Vikings are not stopping and are acting quickly in the market to acquire big names. In this video, you will be the first to know the main news about the Minnesota Vikings. Welcome to Report Vikings, your daily Minnesota Vikings news channel. Today, we bring you two pieces of news that are shaking up the NFL world and could directly impact the future of the Vikings. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Oh, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any details about your favorite team. Now, let's go to the first news. Minnesota Vikings consider Jack Jones as strategic option to strengthen revamped secondary. The Minnesota Vikings defense has been a source of pride and frustration at the same time. Under Brian Flores, the defensive unit has taken a leap in intensity, aggressiveness and production, finishing 2024 among the NFL leaders in sacks and turnovers. However, while the defensive line and linebackers wreaked havoc, the secondary was exposed. The numbers don't lie. The Vikings finished the season as the 28th ranked passing defense, allowing more than 240 passing yards per game. A statistic that, for a team with serious playoff ambitions, cannot be repeated. The overhaul began early. Veterans such as Stephon Gilmore, Shaquill Griffin, Cam Bynum, and Fabian Moreau left in free agency, opening up space for a deep rebuild. Jeff Okudah, Isaiah Rodgers, Tavierre Thomas, and Bubba Bolden arrived, while cornerstones Harrison Smith, Byron Murphy Jr., and Theo Jackson returned. The plan is clear: youth, speed, and versatility. But is that enough? According to Bleacher Report analyst Mo Moton, former Las Vegas Raiders cornerback Jack Jones is a name the Vikings should keep a close eye on. In Mighty, an analysis of the best free agents under 30 still on the market, Jones comes in at number 9, and Minnesota is listed as one of the two ideal destinations. The name may not generate immediate euphoria among fans, but upon closer inspection, there is much more value than it seems. Jones, drafted in the 4th round by the Patriots in 2022, had his first full season as a starter in 2024. He had 69 tackles, 16 pass breakups, 3 interceptions, 3 tackles for loss, and even a pick 6, playing in all 16 games. His career completion rate allowed is solid, 60.8%, and his passer rating against him, 84.9, shows consistency. In addition, Jones has been more durable and productive recently than the current prospects at the position. He has started more games than Rodgers and Okudah combined over the past 2 seasons, a statistic that weighs heavily when it comes to reliability and depth on the roster. Right now, Isaiah Rodgers appears to be the favorite to take over the starting spot alongside Byron Murphy Jr., with youngster Mekhi Blackmon recovering from a serious knee injury. Flores has expressed complete confidence in Rodgers during the off-season, but in a scenario where injuries and inconsistent performance are always possibilities, adding another reliable player could be crucial. Jack Jones, with experience at outside corner, slot, and even safety, offers exactly the versatility that Brian Flores loves to explore in his defensive schemes. While he's not the kind of signing that makes headlines, he could become a valuable piece in a rotation that needs depth, especially in an NFC increasingly filled with quarterbacks and explosive passing attacks. But there are known alternatives, and even ones with emotional ties. If interest in Jones doesn't evolve, the Vikings still have veteran options on the market. Stephon Gilmore and Shaquill Griffin, who have already worn the purple and have shown a perfect understanding of Brian Flores' system, are still free agents. Both would represent low-risk and quick-to-adapt solutions, especially if the goal is to ensure stability until the youngsters find their feet. Whether it's bringing in someone like Jack Jones or betting on a reunion with well-known names, the fact is that Minnesota seems aware that the rebuilding of the secondary is not yet complete, and with an exciting offense led by J.J. McCarthy, Justin Jefferson, and Jordan Addison, the defense's response time needs to keep up with that pace. For Viking fans, what's at stake goes far beyond a one-off signing. It's about building a roster capable of withstanding the pressure in the most decisive moments, like in direct confrontations against Jared Goff, Caleb Williams, and even Jordan Love within the division itself. If 2024 was the year the defense resurfaced, 2025 needs to be the year it solidifies. And to do that, bolstering the backline is a must. Jack Jones may not be the hottest prospect, but he could be exactly the kind of piece that completes Flores' puzzle. Because in Minnesota, it's not enough to dream of the Super Bowl. You have to build a defense that can win it. Amon-Ra St. Brown surprises and says he would like to play with the Vikings. Flores is a defensive genius. The rivalry between the Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions has become increasingly intense in recent years, but even divisional barriers seem fragile in the face of Brian Flores' genius, and the one who recognized this, unexpectedly, was Amon-Ra St. Brown. During his podcast, St. Brown not only praised the Vikings' defensive coordinator, but also suggested that he would love to one day play in Minnesota under his command. In games, he plays the craziest defenses I've ever seen in my life, said the wide receiver. It would be incredible to be able to be part of a team led by someone like that. The statement took many by surprise. After all, this is one of the main players of a direct division rival publicly declaring admiration for a key member of the opposing coaching staff. But for Vikings fans, it sounds like music. When even rivals want to wear purple and gold, it's a sign that something special is being built in Minnesota. Brian Flores, a defensive architect who inspires. Even opponents, since joining the Vikings. In 2023, Flores has transformed a rebuilding defense into a true confusion machine for opposing quarterbacks. Complex schemes, exotic blitzes, constant movement before the snap. Organized chaos has become the hallmark of Minnesota's defensive unit. Even offensive stars like St. Louis Brown and St. Louis Brown are struggling to find their feet. Look over, and you don't know where the pressure is going to come from. Who's guarding who? Flores turns every play into a puzzle. It's frustrating, but at the same time brilliant, explained the Lions wideout. The admiration is so great that St. Brown is considering a future outside of Detroit, if it means playing alongside a genius like Flores. With the NFL market becoming increasingly dynamic, changes like this, as unthinkable as they may seem, are far from impossible. Minnesota is the ideal destination for players who want to compete intelligently. The Vikings are in a moment of offensive transition with the arrival of rookie J.J. McCarthy, but they know that their immediate success will depend on defensive consistency. And Flores, with his leadership and vision, is the foundation of that. In 2024, the team finished among the best in the league in sacks, quarterback pressure and turnovers, even with a secondary that is adapting. With reinforcements on the roster and a defensive base that grows year after year, the team is becoming increasingly attractive to players who want to compete at a high level. He is a coach who gets the best out of his players, who prepares the defense for any situation. You feel like you are in a mental chess game every week. He is the type of coach that any player dreams of working with, said St. Vincent. Flores is already making an impact on and off the field, and Minnesota is starting to reap the rewards Amon-Ra's. Words could be just a declaration of admiration, or it could be the harbinger of something bigger. The fact is that Flores is shaping the Vikings' identity, and that transformation is being noticed throughout the NFL. The connection between coach and players goes beyond the tactical system. It's respect, it's trust, it's real impact. When a direct rival like St. Brown admits he'd love to play under him, it validates all the work that's been done behind the scenes in Eagan. With Flores in charge of the defense and a solid culture being built, the Vikings are becoming a franchise that's not only respected, but desired. And who knows? In the not-so-distant future, Amon-Ra St. Brown might actually end up trading the blue and silver for the purple and gold.